Hey everybody, as you might remember, this is my old Xbox 360. I've taken bad care of this thing. It's not broken. It's never been broken, which is great about this one. This is an arcade edition. Came with no hard drive, of course, so I had to buy a hard drive. The first time I bought a 360, I thought I got the red ring of death right on the first day. Turns out the hard drive I bought, which was a 20 gig used, was corrupted. Now I have a 60 gig one, non-corrupted, new, from my mistake on that part. And pretty much the only problem with it now is it's got a little spring here that's a little missing. No, I am not selling this Xbox. I don't care how much you ask me to sell it. Because this is basically my backup Xbox. It's never had a problem with it. Never got the red ring of death. Because all it had was a different type of red ring of death where it was only first two lights right here were on. I never stand this guy up unless he's unplugged and has no discs in him. Or in her, actually, is another good way to put it. This was literally my BB console at the time. I tried to make it look like an Elite, which I did a pretty crappy job on. I don't even know why I painted this red, but as you know, it's been in some of my videos, and never had a problem with it. And I always usually stand it like this, which just get a better look. And this is also a side-by-side review of this 360 and my newer 360 that has already been, well, its power brick has already been in the shop. I've never had a problem with any of the accessories or the console itself. I don't know how this console has lasted so long, but the warranty is also already up. As you know, with the standard 360, basically you have pretty much your physical buttons that you always have to press down on. The two memory card slots. Basically, I can't remember what this part here is called, but it's basically for your controllers, your remotes, and so on. Besides here, this 360, what I like about it is that it has more vents than the newer one, which would made it more insulated. You just had to make sure it had a good amount of air. Of course, it had the two fans in the back, which was not the best idea, but it still kept it running. This Xbox has frozen on me twice. That's because I had it in a very closed space. After I took it out of the closed space, it was fine. This arcade edition, besides the serial sticker missing, I don't even remember what happened to it. Of course, it's got the Ethernet cable, USB in the back, the two in the front, as you already know. HDMI, which I've tested the HDMI on this one. It's awesome. I love HDMI. But unfortunately, I don't have an HDMI TV in my own room. So I'm still working on buying one for my own room, even though I already have one here. I love this 360, and I hate that I bought a new one. I don't really hate it. I hate that I bought a new one. It's just the simple fact that this thing's still working. At one point, I thought it was going to die on me soon because my warranty expired over a year ago, so I bought a new one. But works great. I have no problems with it. And personally, I'm still gaming with it. I'm still keeping it as a backup Xbox. Only has a 60 gig hard drive, which I'm thinking about upgrading that. No, I'm not sure yet, but probably to a 120. And the other thing I hate about it is how much weight it has. Now going to the Xbox that you people who haven't seen yet, or if you have seen it, you've been really wanting to get it lately. I know this is this review is rather late, but I don't care. Anyway, what's new with this one and what I love about this one is I have a Xbox remote somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. There it is. I have an Xbox remote that, as you know, I pointed out before on the older one, was for your controllers, your remote, and so on. Well, this is a very old one. It's a Joytech remote. Never had a problem with it. Turns it on and off. Ejects the CD. I can play movies. In fact, if I'm in a game, well, just look up Joytech remote. It's on my YouTube channel. This 360, I love it. I've never had a problem with it. The only problem I had was its power brick. Power brick kept on lighting up red. So I had to send that one in. I think what probably would have been a better idea just to buy another $20 one because it's not all that much money. They did a lot of good things about this one. Excuse me. Basically, you still have your two USB ports in the front, but they're in a different angle. You still have your button right here to basically make it so that way your controllers line up to this one. Another option for that is the play and charge kit. It can also do it that way as well. It's kind of a better way to do it. It does it real fast. You don't have to worry about it messing up or anything. Like I said, everything on this console works. The only problem was the power brick, so I had to use my backup Xbox for a while. One thing I also like about this one is that the reader for your controllers and everything, you can't see it. So all you really have to do is point your remote at this console and it works just fine. Otherwise you gotta point at that reader on the older one. As you know, this one's really is designed to basically stand up. I still won't have it stand up unless, well, I've already said why. The reason why is because the older one had the fans at the had the suction of the air at the bottom. This one doesn't. Okay, this is just for the hard drive. Hard drive is a 250 gig. The air that gets sucked in is at the top, and as we all know, gets shot out up here. Very useful. For that, I don't agree on where they put the new hard drive at, because probably a lot of people will have this thing standing up, and as we know, gravity, I got a feeling eventually it's going to pop out somebody's console by accident somehow. So far I've had no problems with it standing up. I one time had it standing up while trying to play a game. No problems with that either. I have not tried taking this one apart, even though I have tried on the other one and I actually succeeded. At one point I thought this thing had 4 in the back, but I forgot about that. This one right here, if you can see that right, yeah, that's probably a better angle, is, as we all should know by now, for the Kinect. I don't own a Kinect. I'm working on getting one, but for now I don't really care. You have your optical, your HDMI, which I've tested HDMI on this one, also amazing. Ethernet cord, which I've used a few times. It actually did seem a little bit faster than the Wi-Fi, because, well, I'll explain that one a little bit later. 3 USBs in the back, which I thought that was a fantastic idea, because now I can actually plug in more things, such as my wired keyboard, my play and charge kit, and my camera, which that'll be replaced with the Kinect eventually. Power supply, like I said, it's not the best or the worst at all. Right now I don't really like it at all. But here's something that some people actually mislooked on their reviews, is this little hole right here. What this hole is a standard for like a computer. Basically, if it's at a company or something and you don't really trust the people there, which I don't know why you would even bring it to a company unless you're working with Rooster Teeth or something like that. Basically, this is a security lock, and the only way a person will be able to get it then is either if they brought bolt cutters, or literally rip this right out of the secure lock, which would cause the entire part here to be ripped out and the console is basically broken. Honestly, I do like this console more than the other one, but there was one other thing I hated what they did about this thing, and that was fingerprints. My fingerprints are all over this thing. I have to clean this thing every day because of dust, which is sad, but that's what I have to do. Right now, I still have no problems with ventilation. This thing has never frozen on me, never given me problems. It did freeze on me one time, but that was my fault because I had a flash drive that was halfway corrupted, and my profile was on it. I had to restart my Xbox after it froze. Turns out it was not the console's fault, but I lost my entire gamer profile, so I had to get that recovered. But luckily I didn't have my memory in there. It was just flash drive. Overall, the original Xbox, considering I've never had a problem with it, I give that thing a 9 out of 10. What it really needs, actually, yeah, 9 out of 10. What it really needs is for the older one, if that ever, well, basically they recorrected their mistake, is it really needs more USB ports like this one has. Also, a Wi-Fi card that's built in here. I don't have a Wi-Fi card on that one at all. And yes, I know my video showed that I used to have one. Well, I sold it a while back. Anyway, and as for this console itself, I'm going to have to give it a 9.5 out of 10. The reason why I'm taking off the 0.5 is because of the fingerprinting, dust cleaning mess, and because of the power brick. If it wasn't for this power brick, it'd be getting pretty much a 9.8 out of 10. Oh, and yeah, that's actually pretty much it. Overall, I do prefer this Xbox more, mainly because of the Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi is so great. But besides that, oh, and one other thing. With this console, for me at least, I had this down in my rec room for a while, and it was even farther away from the router. I was only getting 1 bar most of the time. Here I'm getting 3 to 4. When I was getting 1 bar, I still was able to host connections. I was still able to do everything that I could while I'm up here. I was still able to watch movies with no problem whatsoever. So overall, I do recommend getting this one if yours is broken, but if it's not broken, I don't recommend getting another one. Unless you have the extra cash and you really want to get one. Besides that, this is Vincent from Wolflaren Productions. You've seen my review. Hope you liked it. Hope you give me a thumbs up. Don't care if you subscribe though. I really don't. It doesn't really bother me. But thumbs up will really help. And I'll see you all in another one of my videos.